North Country neighbors are speaking out about the climate crisis, holding a discussion on how neighbors can help fight the problem. NBC5's Adrian Pastor joins us live in Plattsburgh this morning, where the meeting will be held tomorrow. Adrian.
Yeah, that's right, Lauren. Good morning. We are just outside of the Plattsburgh Farmers and Crafters Market building, where tomorrow the city's climate task force is inviting folks to join the conversation about some of the concerns about the future of our planet, but also giving alternatives on things that people can do every day that can make a difference.
I have grandchildren. I care about the future. I don't like the forecast, and I believe that all of us, whatever we can do, whatever small contribution we make, it's going to make a difference.
The future can be a troubling thought for some people. Rachelle Armstrong hopes more people begin paying attention to the climate and begin asking themselves what they can do to take care of our planet.
There's so much we can do, but sometimes it's overwhelming. And the knowledge that there are specific things that we can do together is really powerful.
Armstrong is one of 12 members of the Plattsburgh Climate Task Force. It's starting the first of several outreach events designed to get more people to help meet the city's pledge to be more sustainable.
Think about the 7 generations from now. What do you reuse your plastic? Do you try to limit where you're driving? Do you pay attention to the governmental changes and things that are possible?
The task force wants more North Country residents to join in on what they call a friendly conversation about the climate. The event is designed to highlight some of the ways people negatively impact the environment, along with guest speakers. There will be activities and demonstrations of sustainable practices people can take every day.
Need to keep some places forever wild, and it's very important to me.
Currently, the task force is working with outside consultants to conduct a greenhouse gas inventory to measure the baseline of the city's emissions and energy consumption, to craft an action plan that will help the city meet its sustainability pledge.
If you're interested in attending the friendly conversation about our climate event, it's going to be happening tomorrow right here at the Plattsburgh Farmers and Crafters Market building, which is right behind me, starting at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Live in Plattsburgh, Adrian Pastor, NBC5 News.